Married at First Sight, Season 14, Episode 12, and this video is for Katina and Olajuwon. Be sure to check out my other videos for each of the other couples. At the end of every video, I do put a link where you can click on the picture and go right to the next video. So this video is for Katina and Olajuwon. So let's get into it. So let's get into scary Olajuwon. Like I said, all these scary people on the show this season, masking their fear with other emotions, masking their fear with anger. And that's Olajuwon. Let me tell you, anytime he shows anger, you can better believe lying beneath it is fear. And we figured that out in this episode. He basically, in fact, we didn't really have to figure it out because he basically told us, especially on the after party. If you didn't watch my video on the after party, be sure to go look at it. But basically what happened is, we all know how he acted a fool over this app. And in the beginning of this episode, Katina goes over to Jasmina's house and she's crying out her heart to Jasmina and Michael, but don't nobody give Katina a hug. Not cold Jasmina. Let me tell you, Jasmina, not only can she not be vulnerable, she can't comfort a person in their vulnerability. I was like, here is Katina crying. I'm just more of a comforter type of person, I guess, because my instincts would have gone over and given Katina a hug. Between Michael and Jasmine, they looked at Katina crying and didn't offer her any consolation. This is why them two are struggling, but I'm going to get to them in the other video. Like I said, this season was a season of a lot of people being the same, and they sameness really didn't help them out in these relationships. Olajuwon better really be happy that the way that Katina handles her fear is she withdraws and she goes in because she clams up when she gets afraid, and Olajuwon strikes out, because if they would have been two people who strike out when they're afraid, like Mark and Lindsay, then this marriage wouldn't have lasted. So Olajuwon is quite lucky that the way that Katina deals with fear is to go within. And for everybody talking about Katina is accepting Olajuwon's behavior, no, she isn't. I really need to explain the difference between understanding and acceptance. See, understanding someone, which they talk about communication is about seeking to understand. That's communication. It's not seeking to judge. When you seek to understand, then you can develop the right approach, the right response to a person. But when all you're doing is listening to judge, then you feel like all I can do is accept their behavior. No, just because you understand a person doesn't mean you have to accept their behavior. Absolutely not. And that's what I like about Katina. Katina is clearly laying out that she understands some of the things that's going on with Olajuwon. But what she's also saying is he's going to have to get better. And what she's fearful now, when she was talking to her girlfriend, was like, does she have the patience, and how quick is it going to be for Olajuwon to learn how to express his fear in a different kind of way? We find out that this whole phone thing, this whole app thing, was really about him being afraid that karma was coming back on him. What he was afraid was when he saw that app on Katina's phone, he was afraid that, oh, wow, she's pulling the same old dirty tricks that he pulled when he was running game on women. So he's thinking, oh, she running game on me. He was actually projecting. That's what he was doing. And that projection made him scared, because what he was thinking was, I'm about to get got by this woman like I got other women in the past. And that made him angry. It's not that he doesn't love Katina. It's the opposite. He really loves Katina. And in this episode, he don't say he loves Katina. He tells Katina he loves this marriage. Boy, just go on and say it, please. And what's going on with all this editing with these neck tattoos? I guess they had to come back and get some footage of these two talking to each other. We can clearly see these scenes were taped at different times. They probably should have told Olajuwon, don't get no new neck tattoo because you're going to mess up our editing process. He sure did expose it. And I guess this is a young person's thing. So, you know, I'm an old person. I've come to recognize that people going to have tattoos, but I don't know. I think Olajuwon is going too far. Them tattoos all up on his neck, I don't know. To me, it looks like prison tattoos. It's just too much for me. I'm going to be honest. But you know what? I ain't married to him. If Katina loves it, then you know what? I love it. And obviously, he runs his appearance by Katina. So Katina must didn't have no problem with it, because he said that, you know, he's done things for Katina, changed his hair, changed his look. So I'm quite sure he ran these tattoos by Katina and she didn't have no problem with it. So I'm good with it then. It's not like I'm married to him. But as we can see, they had Taco Tuesday night, and Olajuwon has finally calmed down with all this cooking stuff. And when we find out the reason he's calmed down, he said, was because of his mother. He said he took this BS to his mother about this cooking thing, and his mother got him all the way together. His mama told him, listen, if you can't cook it, then you can't complain about her not cooking it. Good for you, mama. And we know Olajuwon can't cook, so you know what? His mouth is shut. So Katina's like, I want to open you up to my word. Taco Tuesday and shots of vodka and some delicious cocktails. I heard that, Katina. Loosen up this man. Loosen him up. She probably need to get him drunk so she can take advantage of him. Because in the after party, he was talking about it really is him who doesn't want to consummate the marriage. And like I said, over fear, I don't know what he's fearful about. Like I said, maybe he's fearful that he won't be as good in the bed as he thinks he is. Maybe he's fearful Katina won't be so impressed with his moves in the bedroom. But I can guarantee you the reason why he's waiting to consummate his marriage definitely has to do with some fear. Because Olajuwon, everything else has to do without a fear. I really liked his coach that came on this episode. I think his coach gave him some good words. I don't know if his coach is married, but he sure talked like a married person. And he basically said, you know what, after you take those vows, the sanctity of vow means it doesn't matter what comes up. You got to figure out a way to work through it. The option of walking away is not an option. And what I'm liking about these two is that they are actually respecting the vows of their marriage. Even Katina said, you know, if she were just dating Olajuwon, she probably would have walked away from Olajuwon. But what she's saying is, I didn't get married to get divorced. That's what she's saying. She said it. I didn't get married to get divorced. So I want my marriage to last, and I'm going to work for my marriage. She clearly sees the shortfalls and shortcomings of Olajuwon, and she clearly knows she's going to have to be a bit patient on a few things. But she also knows that he's going to have to do some things a lot better. And she's making sure that she continually reiterates that to Olajuwon, but she also does her part. Olajuwon talking about Katina is brilliant. She's funny. She's smart. She sure is brilliant because she figured you out. He said he glad he met her and he loves her marriage. I don't know why this man just can't say he loves Katina. Oh, I forgot. I'm sorry. I know why he can't say it, because he's scared. Anyway, that's it, y'all. Be sure to check out my other videos. Talk to you later. Bye.